Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope that you all are fine. Children, today we will start new chapter, that is pressure in fluids and atmospheric pressure. In this video, I will explain you the topic pressure in fluids. So the first topic, subtopic which I am going to explain you today is thrust. What is thrust, children? Thrust is a type of force which always acts normally on a force. Usually you can apply force in any direction, but when the force is acting normally, that means perpendicular on a surface, then it is known as a thrust. Okay, so the thrust exerted by a body placed on a surface is equal to its weight. Every body, if that body is placed on a surface, then the thrust exerted by that body is equal to its own weight. The thrust is same in whatsoever position the body is placed on the surface. So we can say that thrust exerted by a body on a surface is equals to the weight of the body. Now since thrust depends on the direction, that is always acts normally, so it is a vector quantity. That means thrust depends on the magnitude of the force as well as on the direction. Since now coming to the unit of thrust, since the thrust is a type of force only, so its unit is also SI unit of thrust is Newton and CGS unit of thrust is Dyne, where the relationship between Newton and Dyne is what? 1 Newton is equals to 10 raised to power 5 Dyne. And we can write the gravitational unit of thrust in MK system is kilogram force and in CGS system is gram force. 1 kilogram force is equals to 9.8 Newton, whereas 1 gram force is equals to 980 dynes. Now coming to the another topic, that is pressure. What is pressure, children? Pressure is the, till now what you have studied about the pressure. Pressure is the force per unit area. What is the formula? Pressure is force by area. But since here we are dealing with thrust, so we can change the definition. What is that? The effect pressure is the thrust per unit area of surface. The effect of thrust depends on the area of the surface on which it acts. The effect of a thrust is less on a larger area while it is more on a small area. For example, if you stand on a loose sand, okay, your feet sink into the sand. But if you lie on the sand, what will happen? Does your body also sink into the sand? No, the body does not sink into the sand. Why? Because while standing, less surface area, so more thrust. The effect of thrust is more, whereas while we lie on the sand, now the surface area is more, so the effect of thrust is less. That's why it is not, the body is not sinking into the sand. So children, the effect of thrust is expressed in terms of thrust per unit area, and that quantity is called pressure. Or we can define pressure as pressure is the thrust per unit area of surface. Formula of pressure is pressure equals to thrust by area, or P equals to F by A, because thrust is a force, so we will write thrust as F and area is represented by capital letter A. Pressure is a scalar quantity. Always remember, pressure is a scalar quantity while thrust is a vector quantity. Now unit of pressure, you can easily write the unit of pressure. I already explained you how you can write down the pressure. The units, you don't have to learn everything, you can derive also. Since P equals to F by A, now the SI unit of thrust is Newton and the SI unit of meter is area is meter square. So the SI unit of pressure will be Newton per meter square, or we can write it as Pascal. Okay, the SI unit of pressure is Newton per meter square or Pascal. Now children, CGS unit is, the CGS unit of pressure is dyne. Instead of Newton, we will write dyne, and meter will be converted into centimeter. So dyne per centimeter square. Factors, now coming to the next topic, factors affecting the pressure. What are the factors which affects the pressure? The pressure exerted on a surface depends on two factors. First of all, the area on which thrust is applied, and next is the magnitude of the thrust. Okay children, so Larger, first coming to the first factor, that is area. The larger the area on which a given thrust acts, lesser is the pressure exerted by it. That means if more is the area or the surface area, lesser will be the pressure, lesser will be the pressure. And next factor will be the thrust. The more thrust will be applied acting on a given area, greater is the pressure exerted on it. Now next is ways of increasing pressure. How you can increase the pressure? We can easily say by saying the formula. We can increase the pressure. For the given thrust, the pressure on a surface is increased by reducing the area of surface on which it is acting. That means if thrust is constant, then we can increase the pressure by reducing the area of surface on which it is acting. And many examples are there in which we have reduced the surface area to increase the pressure. For example, the ends of nails or pins are made pointed so that large pressure is exerted through the pointed ends and they can be driven into with less effort. Likewise, the cutting tools like knife have either sharp or pointed edges so that even a small thrust may cause a great pressure at the edges and the cutting can be done with less effort. But everywhere we do not require the increased pressures. In some cases we require less pressure as well. So how to decrease the pressure? For the given thrust, if we increase the surface area, then what will happen? The pressure will be decreased. For example, the foundations of buildings are made wider than the walls so that the pressure exerted by the building on the ground becomes less. Okay, children. Now the next topic is pressure in fluids. What is pressure in fluids? To understand this pressure in fluids, first of all, it is important to understand what is a fluid. A substance which can flow is called a fluid. It can be a gas, it can be a liquid, because liquid and gases both are able to flow. So gases and liquids both are known as fluids. A solid exerts pressure on a surface due to its weight. Similarly, a fluid also exerts pressure due to its weight. A solid exerts pressure only on the surface on which it is placed, and it is acting always downwards. But a fluid exerts pressure on the bottom as well as on the walls of the container due to its tendency to flow. That means a solid is always exerting its pressure on the bottom and in the downward direction, whereas liquids is exerting their pressure on the walls of the container as well as on the bottom, because they have the ability to flow. So a fluid therefore exerts pressure in all direction. A fluid is exerting pressure in all direction. Pressure. Now the next topic is pressure exerted by a liquid column. See children, pressure exerted by a liquid column is always given by the formula P equals to H rho G, where H is the height or you can say depth, rho is the density of the given liquid, and G is the acceleration due to gravity.